everyone. Welcome to another episode of Inside the Doghouse, the show where we take you behind the scenes with Adrian College Athletics. I'm your host, Forrest Vernier, alongside Will Morris. Will, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Forrest.
Really good. And today we are joined by Adrian College's football, two players from the Adrian College football team, Jack Boyke and Cooper Tracy. First of all, Jack, Cooper, thank you guys so much for joining us this afternoon. We appreciate you coming in today. So the first question we have is, Jack, let's start with Saturday's game against Hope. That was one of those heartbreakers that came right down to the wire. Could you walk us through what the atmosphere was like on the sidelines during those final moments?
Yeah, it sure was a heartbreaker, but during the game, you knew it was going to be a special game, and it was just fun to be a part of, and the energy, all the fans, and everyone was just really into it, and it was just a blast to be a part of.
And now, after Cooper, do you have anything to say about that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, being my freshman year, it was a great atmosphere. It was awesome compared because it was a nationally ranked game. So, everyone was showing out. Thank you, Adrian, everything, all the families, everything coming out. And, yeah, it was a great atmosphere, great time playing. It was awesome.
Great answers. Now, man, I sound like the Jeopardy contestant right now. Now, so after leading most of the game, what do you guys think changed late that allowed Hope to sneak it back in?
It was a back and forth game. We had the lead most of the game, but the second half we only had 2 or 3 possessions. It was a lot of time of possession. Hope controlled the ball a lot and just made a play at the right time at the end of the game.
So, as a player, I know, how's your mindset what are you kind of feeling as as that game's kind of winding down, from them, when they kick the field goal, the last few seconds it goes in, how does your mindset kind of sit like that? What do you guys how do you feel in that moment, right after the final seconds kind of happened?
Yeah, I think it's a little bittersweet happening there. You see it go in, you're like, dang, we got the first one blocked, but then the next one he makes, it's like, dang, we can't really do much about it. We lost on one play only. The team fought all day. One play just slipped away, and it was a bittersweet moment for us, but we had that game going on the whole time. We had the lead. We were up 10-0, and then just we were fighting, and then just didn't get through the last play of the game. So it was a little bittersweet for us.
You guys had a 6-game winning streak, and I'm not going to lie. When I went live on 107.9, I was really looking forward to saying they are now 7-0, but unfortunately I had to say 6-1. I was there watching the whole thing. And now, next question I have is, how has the team responded in practice this week? What's been the focus from Coach Palka and the leadership group moving forward?
I think we have a little bit of a chip on our shoulder now. I think it was cool knowing that we could hang with the number 15 or 16 team in the country and could have won that game. And in all honesty, if we play 10 times, I think we win 5, we win 6. So I think knowing that and knowing that we still have a chance to beat Kazoo, beat Trine, and then for a chance at the league championship against Alma, if it all plays out well, I think knowing that we still have a lot of energy in practice and chip on our shoulder, knowing that we control our own destiny in a sense.
Right. Now, to follow up on that, now has the loss that you guys had on Saturday, has that motivated you guys even more to work harder, or has there been somewhat of a discouragement going on?
It really motivated us, I think, going to the locker room, seniors picking everyone up, everyone picking each other up after that game, and then when we come back in Sunday, they have film, see everything, and then when we got to practice yesterday, we really got it bumping up, physicality-wise, getting going, being sharp. I saw Nobuju yesterday, keeping control of the offense yesterday. He manages the offense very well. He was on them because he wants to win out and go to the playoffs, win games. That's ultimately what we're supposed to do here at Adrian College Football, win games, win a national championship.
Yeah, so kind of you kind of mentioned, getting back and ready for Kazoo and what's coming up. What's the message kind of that you guys are all on now that you're, still 6-1? You still have a lot to play for. It's not like everything's over. What's kind of the message now you guys have to your team and stuff?
Head coach talks about it every week. It's just keep chipping away, one play at a time, one game at a time. But in the past, it's in the past, so we can't worry about that anymore. It's just looking forward. Beat the next opponent, get a little bit better every day at practice.
Now, for all the Bulldog fans listening, it's easy to get caught up in last week's tough loss, but Jack, you have been having an outstanding season. You've recently been named the MIAA Player of the Week, which that's definitely a huge honor in such a competitive conference. Now, and Jack, I would like to congratulate you on earning MIAA Player of the Week. Now, could you talk about what that recognition means to you and how it reflects the hard work that not just you, but for all of you guys that you've put in this season?
Yeah, it was definitely such an honor to win that award. And I know it's an individual award, but it feels like a team award because I couldn't do it without the O-line blocking for me or without my snapper, Bennett, or my holder, Brody. And, obviously all my coaches helping me be motivating throughout the year, especially Coach Sammy LaFata. He was the punter here last year, and now he's in charge of all the specialists. So I think he's been really supportive and definitely helped flip the switch in the special teams department this year for sure. So it was definitely an honor and feels like a team award, I hope. Yeah.
Now, when you found out that, to follow up on that, Jack, when you found out that you got it, were you were you surprised by it, or was it something that was it something that you were kind of expecting, or maybe not expecting, but how was your, like, when you found out that you were the recipient of that award, what was your first reaction to it?
Definitely a little surprised. I feel like after the game Saturday against Calvin, I made 2 field goals and we scored a bunch of touchdowns, which helps on kicking a lot of extra points. So I knew that I had a pretty solid week, scoring a bunch of points and helping the team out, and it's definitely a really cool feeling to get recognized.
Absolutely. Now, the next question I have is for Cooper. Now, Cooper, when I was talking to Jack via DMs on Instagram, when I told him that he could invite anyone he wanted to this interview, when he mentioned that, so Jack was saying, Cooper, that you were one of the best punters in the conference, looking at stats. Now, how have you been able to stay dedicated to that position and keep up your consistency?
I mean, punting, I just started this in high school, my sophomore year, so it was pretty good. Started out okay as a high schooler. Then I continued to build on my own by myself, and then I started recognizing myself how, oh, wow, maybe this could turn to a college thing, and then I get offered here and then coming here. I just keep working every day. Thanks to Coach LaFata helping me out because he was a punter last year. So he's been helpful. Coach Polka, too. It's just been a great time sitting with my boys, the specialists and all them, and I just keep grinding every day and just trying to pin my guys, flip the field, and do everything I can to where the defense can get a stop and then they punt.
Like I said, I was at that game on Saturday. You guys had a wonderful effort, especially with the kicks. They really stood out because I've noticed that they've almost all of them that I've seen have almost always gone through. They're simple moves, but they're very important because it's always about getting those insurance points. If you guys know what I mean by that. So for the next question, so now let's move on from the sadness that happened on Saturday, and now what's been the highlight? What's been the highlight of your season so far, both on and off the field?
I think highlight on the field is definitely beating Valparaiso. I think going to Valpo, we didn't really know what to expect with a lot of new members on the team, a lot of transfers, and second year under head coach Polka. So, didn't really know what to expect going into a Division I opponent, and coming out with a win was definitely the highlight of the year so far. And it was just an awesome feeling. And then off the field, just spend time with the guys. I have a couple classes with Noah and Johnny and some guys that I wouldn't normally see on a day-to-day basis. And, it's cool to get closer with some guys you wouldn't normally get close with at practice because obviously Noah's the quarterback, and so we don't spend a lot of time together at practice, but just knowing that, we're all the same, we're all in the same boat. So it's cool just becoming close to all the guys on the team for sure.
Absolutely.
So then, with like the receiving that Player of the Week award, do you think that motivates you more going into these next few games to kind of keep yourself to that standard or exceed it, or what's the vibe there?
Yeah, it's definitely maybe a standard to uphold. I feel like just worry about the next kick though, one kick at a time, and don't worry too much about the bigger picture of winning awards or anything like that. It's just whatever I can do to help the team, one kick at a time.
All right, yeah, sure. And then, for, obviously some of the younger guys, like you said, like what's some of the advice you'd give them then to kind of perform at a high level kind of for the next few weeks and just in general, like keep themselves consistent?
I have a blast at practice with all the younger specialists. I'm with 3 freshmen and a sophomore for the specialist group, so they always call me Unc and stuff and make fun of me. So, but I think we keep it light at practice, like keeping it fun, and I think translating that to the game of just don't add too much pressure to yourself because pressure's all in your head kind of thing, and so just pretending like every kick's like a practice kick, and I think these guys would be good.
So this next question I have is for both of you guys actually. So not only you guys are excelling on the football field, but both of you also play baseball, right?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So how do the two sports complement each other in terms of skills and mindset?
Well, baseball, I would say, is probably the hardest mindset game you can have, and having football as well, just keeping you going. Like one day you might have a bad day of football, but then you go to baseball practice the next day, you have a baseball practice, and you do really good, to where you get to a better positive mindset. And yeah, it's like they just carry on to one another. And like if you have a bad day in both, you have a bad day. You have another day to go do another sport because you either have baseball or football that day. And then, we get our work in usually in the mornings with baseball, and then football in the afternoon, sometimes with baseball after, but fall ball endings now, so we're just getting our work in right now with baseball in the morning.
All right. Now, what do you guys think are the biggest challenges of being a two-sport athlete at Adrian College?
Ooh, I would say the grind is tough because you come into fall camp for football, and you're there August 15th or 14th, I think.
Wow.
And yeah, and then you just jump right into baseball in your two sport, and then you just like right when we're in the situation now, we're ending baseball and then we're staying back in football. So it's like you start with a sport, then you're going right to two sports. It's just like the grind is just long, but if you enjoy the sport.